Hello, this is Sparky Mama. Welcome back to Medieval Dynasty. Now that we have the basic storages to put our gear, we can potentially start getting some people into this village. However, I've only got one house, so I may have to get a couple more houses in before I start inviting people over, as well as I've got to make sure I have enough food and water. I did unlock not farming, I want houses. I did unlock the simple house, so I'm very tempted to actually put the simple house in. I was gonna make this area here a rural housing district, and that potentially meant I was gonna put smaller houses just to complete the look, and then we're gonna put larger houses on that. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. We'll put a couple of smaller houses in here. Oh, not the barn. Small house, small house. I'm not going to really plan where these are going to go. I'm just going to provide enough space in between. I do like to put the paths in first, so I might actually meet that up with the first one there. It's a little bit off actually. Might have that house too close. Let's get rid of that and move it further back. Which way are we going to go? That's the direction of... Our houses can be offset, that's all good. I'm going to leave a little bit of space up the front here. And we're going to provide a space in the middle that's just for decoration. To be honest, I could fit trees in the middle here. Just take that off because it's really annoying. I could probably put some orchards in the middle if I really wanted to. So if we go farming and we go orchards, the direction they face will be on a diagonal here. It's not quite a perfect fit, but if we go as close as we can there, that's not too bad. Where's my hoe? I might just plant a couple of trees in there as well. Maybe I'll put one up the front and then we can put another one at the back here. Decorating as I go is kind of how I'll roll. Just makes it easier for later. Because I do know the tree's not going to go right to that corner there. And we can put some decorations or some barrels in the middle here. We'll get our... I keep going on the barn. I have no idea why I keep going on the barn for. So we want a small, simple house. We'll leave a little bit of space up the front here. Up some stone and we'll be well on our way to getting our second house. Sweet. Finished our second house, so that should be more than enough room for 2 ladies and 2 men. I'm not going to worry about the potential for kids. However, I did notice when I was looking at my reputation here, I've got 199, and the reason for that is I did fail a quest early on. So I'm going to have to run into town, grab a couple of quests and get those finished before I can actually invite people. And before I forget, I'm going to have to get some water and food in there as well. So I've got no water, no food, no firewood. So another thing I have to put in there for them. Might as well drop off some meat for them. That should get them started. Do I have any logs left? Because if I've got logs left, I need to make a bucket, fill it full of water. We'll get rid of this one. I need to wait for my stamina to go up. We preemptively made the woodshed and the hunting cabin a while ago. We just haven't made use of it just yet. We did make some arrows. And we should hopefully be able to have enough money to get the bucket, or at least unlock the bucket. I want to use this. We'll go down to the workshop and see what we have available. Money's a little bit tight. Just enough. Oh, so lucky. 1 bucket will do. Oh, I forgot to get my firewood as well. We'll craft the rest of that with firewood. Right, we will chuck our... We don't want to chuck the bucket in there just yet, but we do want to chuck the firewood in there. Fill up this bucket and then we'll head into town. 1 bucket of water coming up. Bucket of water, in we go. Got no money left either. So before I head into town, because it is starting to get dark, so no one's going to want to talk to me, I'm going to get this all grubbed up, sleep for the night, and then we'll head off in the morning to 1, find some money, and 2, we need to do some quests and get some villagers in here. We just unlocked the farming shed. So I'm going to put that into place and work through the night to get that up. Another level in farming. The farming in this game is it's very easy to level up on your farming. So far I haven't planted any seeds. All I've done is hoe all of these fields, and I've got in the barn, the farming shed, and multiple levels in farming. I am just thinking where I was going to put my farming shed. I think we'll put the mill on the far side, because when you look at it, I want the higher buildings at the back rather than the front. We might be able to fit more trees on the other side. That would be a pretty good idea to do that. I would be interested to know which crop you guys like to plant. I generally just stick with the cabbage. Easiest and fastest vegetable to do, as well as you get the pottage from the kitchen once you get your meat up and going. Alright, it's the next day, it's autumn, and we're in a brand new season. So this is the season that we need to get our ass into gear, because once we get people into this village, we're going to have to get it going as soon as possible. Once winter hits, people are going to get cold, and we need to make sure that we've got the resources to take care of them. At the moment, I need to make way into the village and get some more dynasty points, because we are missing 101 dynasty points before we can get 3 people into our village. I'm gonna have to check out that place over there as well. Don't see anybody here. This is, oh, money. This is what we're looking for. This is perfect. This is a fantastic spot, actually. I didn't even know this was here. Poisoned arrows, or someone got ransacked and killed. Oh, an actual, oh, 150 coin. We are rolling in it. Right, now we are heading into town. Can we steal crops? Nope. I'm just a boy doing boy things that are legal and not frowned upon. That sounds sus as. Is there anybody in here? Let's rob them. Stone arrows. Oh, we've got stone arrows, so we'll take that one. We can make wooden hammers. Here are the arrows.
So long. See you soon.
Awesome. I think we just got a total of 110 dynasty points, so we should be 309, so we're perfectly just above what we need to get 3 people for our village. So let's head out the gate and head over to these homeless fellas in the corner here. Alright, let's see who. We don't have many options here. There's only 3 people. What have we got? Okay, sweet. I've got a hunter, extraction, and workshop. We'll take all 3 of these fellas. Sweet, let's just invite them straight away and we will set them up. Jump into our management. At the moment, no one's got a house. Now that they've got a house, we need to make sure they've got everything else. We are low on food. So for the extraction, I am going to chuck our best lady on there. I'm not going to chuck anybody in the well, simply because the bucket of water is something I can do myself, and 1 bucket of water that I put in there is 160. This one here, I saw we had a hunter, which will be this fella, and our production, we need someone in the workshop to provide the buckets, as well as some other bits and pieces, which will be this lady here. Sweet, I've assigned their jobs. Now I just need to make sure I assign tasks to their jobs. Woodshed is done. We'll go into the hunting cabin and we want to make sure that we get some meat and some dried meat, and that will help offset the amount of food that we need. We'll get some, whoops, we don't have access to that. We'll get some normal torches, and we haven't unlocked any of these other ones. We'll get those unlocked at some point, but right now we'll just put them almost 100% on buckets. We will see them all there. I do need to finish off the farming shed, and then we will provide some tools for our workers, and that should be us, and we are pretty much well on our way to starting our autonomous village. So I'm just going to provide the tools and put them in the resource storage. This lady really needs to get her stamina up and running. Firewood can go in there, logs can go in there, planks can go in there. I like to put stolen stuff inside the storage. Stone axe, stone knife. So the good thing about having the houses down there and their workplace on the other side of town is it forces them to go through the village, and it helps keep the village looking alive. Are they gonna go straight to their workplace? They're using the pre-made road that the devs have got in here, which is why I decided to put my village here. That means they will use it. Awesome. Because we have the farming shed and the barn, we technically can get another villager to work this farming shed and get them started on this field. But I know we don't have enough dynasty points to get another person, which kind of sucks. As well as I don't have the farming setup required to have this going. One thing I should make though is I believe, I'm not sure where they put it. It's the compost bin. Not too sure where to put this. We could put it down the side of the barn. I'll probably figure out how I'm gonna do this. Let's put one there. I want to get them as close as I can. There, that's perfect. We always got to go in threes. Maybe if I make it a little bit odd off, something like that. That way it doesn't look too perfect. And we can chuck something else in the back here. We'll put some barrels and some bundle stuff off to the side. Then we'll have our trees. I quite like this fence. We'll get the stick gate. Let's quickly do some more decorations. Let's go like that. That's going to be our fenced off area, but will allow access up the front here. We won't block off this area. If we really need to, we can chuck a gate in. I don't expect the farmers to have any trouble getting to the trees. And that actually brings me to this. I need sticks for this. Where's some saplings? Oh look, is our villagers heading home. I don't want to travel far, so I'm going to put my rabbit trap right next to the food storage. With the rabbit traps, I don't believe you have to have the rabbit trap in a rabbit zone or where the rabbits are. The rabbit trap just simply traps rabbits magically because, you know what? It's a magic trap. So there we are. There's our first day in autumn, and we've got 3 people who are milling about doing nothing. I haven't decorated their houses. They have almost probably no food left, but that's okay.
People often ask me how it is to live here. Good? Bad?
Yeah, it is probably
I believe
more
it's not a
worse.
matter of good or bad. If I were to say what I value the most in life, I would say people.
Oh, you value people, do you? Good, because you don't have any food, you're running out of firewood, and your house is already declining in condition, so good luck. It's time to go to bed. Good night, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.